racing. We're green, first heat underway. George Austin the third, your leader down the front chute. Brian Schnee in that 20 car on the inside. Tweet, and here comes McCarl. McCarl in the Forbrook 5 up top. That Jackpot Junction car on the high side. Brian Schnee second in that Keystone retaining wall 20. And McCarl already up into the number 2 spot. George Austin the third, that Well-Tech. Number 91's your leader, but McCarl's looking at him down the back chute. Minnesota Corn Processing 5, working the high side on Austin. Schnee has trouble. Here comes White. That Jacobson Auto Body 39. He moves into the number 3 spot on the low side. Mike Tweed in that Lou Holland Garage 2T gets a little high and lets him get under him in turn 1. But McCarl's out in front in that Jackpot Junction number 5. Brand new car, they just got it finished up this afternoon. He's got it going good tonight, Forbrook and crew. Second place is George Austin the third in that Well-Tech 91. Running third in that Jacobson Auto Body 39 is Bob White. Fourth in that Matco Tools 20, Brian Schnee. Running fifth now in that Westmore Engine 65, Jimmy Carr. They're looking for points. Terry McCarl stretching it out. Now as he has about a straightaway lead over second place, George Austin. Bob White taking a long look at Austin. White has patented low riding move as McCarl's walking away from him. Down the front chute and into turn 1. Now White goes up top in the front chute quickly, goes down to the bottom into turn 1. Bob White and that Snap-on DuPont 39 running second. Now here comes Schnee. That Keystone retaining wall 20 challenging for the number 3 spot. Schnee up top out of turn 4 takes over the number 3 position. It's George Austin the third, that 91 off the throttle into turn 1. Everybody on by. Running fourth is Jimmy Carr in that Westmore Car Sand and Gravel 65. Marlon Jones now fifth. That Speedway Motors Sonic Man D1. Followed by Bobby Davis Jr., Skip Jackson, Randy Hannigan, and Mike Tweet. White flag for the Ethanol 5 of Terry McCarl. Bob White still in that number 2 spot. Brian Schnee is second. Checkered flag in turn 4. Here he comes, winning the first heat out of Pleasant Hill, Iowa, Terry McCarl.
Guys, Larry Long in 29L out of Dallas, Texas. Running side by side around 4, looking for the green flag. They got green. Butch Hansen, but watch him back in the back of that field as now they're going to start the march towards the front. Butch Hansen is the leader. Brooke Tatnell from Australia running second. Larry Long had the third spot. It's now Johnny Herrera. Herrera has moved down into spot number 3. Danny Lasowski having trouble well back in the back of the field. This is a 10-lap race, 10 times. Frankie Kern at 23S has moved up into 4th. Running 5th, Larry Long out of Texas. Dennis Moore running 6th in a 71. You got to make the top 4 spots to be in the feature. And if you are, you get your time spot back. But you got to make the top 4 first. Johnny Herrera down on the inside. Herrera takes over second place. Here comes Frankie Kern at 23. He's on the move. Butch Hansen's still the leader, but here comes Herrera. In the Mac Tool Special, Johnny Herrera. Now living in Tempe, Arizona. Here comes Frankie Kerr, closing in on third place. I'm not sure how many fans know that Danny Lasoski had a terrible crash Monday night, destroyed a race car. They got him back out for tonight's qualifying night, but I don't guess he is running as good as his old car did. No excuses. Johnny Herrera. Herrera stretches out the field down the back straightaway. He'll be looking for the white flag this time. 1 to go. Down with the checkers.
Coming around for the green, third heat, yellow lights off. Doty and Robertson bringing them to the white line, and we're green the third heat. Blake Robertson, he rebuilt after that qualifying crash. He's in the number 1 spot, the 15. The youngster out of Visalia, California, out in front. Now Wards and Signs Sander Engineering car, running second. And that Bowman Bolts 14D is Doran Doty. The unsponsored 3D, Jeff Tuttle, moves on the inside of Doty and takes over the number 2 spot. Kinzer's already into 4th or 5th, working on 4th. He gets by Carney. He gets by Doty. He's now 3rd. Now Valvoline 11 sending the number 3 spot. John Carney and that Don's Diesel Ag Service 86 running in the 4th spot now. BR Motorsports 15, Blake Robertson by the flag stand, your leader. Jeff Tuttle and that Larry Ball Sr.-owned Sprinter, unsponsored, running in the number 2 spot. Now Valvoline Maxim, number 11, running 3rd. Now Tuttle taking a hard look at Robertson on the inside of turn 4. It's Tuttle and Robertson battling for that number 1 spot. Steve Kinzer sitting behind them waiting for them to decide. Tuttle goes into the number 1 spot. Kinzer looks at the inside of Robertson down the back chute. Steve Kinzer moves into the number 2 spot now. Running 5th now. In that 19S, Steve Smith. That Levy's Mobile Home 19S. Your leader in the turn 1 is still Jeff Tuttle in that 3B car. Steve Kinzer in the 11 looking at him down the back chute as they stretch it out over 3rd place, Blake Robertson. Carney running 4th, Steve Smith on 19S running 5th. That's the unsponsored 3B ahead of the Valvoline Max and Snap-on 11 down the back chute, still leading. Now Smith takes a long look at Carney, gets on the inside, backs back out of it, going into 3. Your race for the lead, your race for that number 4 spot. A final transfer, John Carney, Steve Smith. Smith, his first appearance here at Knoxville. He said, I'm not chasing the points, I'm coming to Knoxville. In a white flag one more time for the local 3B, Jeff Tuttle out of West Des Moines, Iowa. 9-time Nationals winner, Steve Kinzer running second. He goes to the high side. Tuttle pinches the high side off. Kinzer can't make the move on the high side. He goes up top. Turn 4. It's Tuttle and Kinzer. Tuttle moves the whole track, and he holds him off. Steve.
Young Shane Stewart in the second row out of Bixby, Oklahoma. Greg DeXeris from Fresno, California on the outside of that second row. We'll pick the pace up around 4. Looking for the white flag, pick it up slowly. Coming down, looking good. They're on the move. It's great. Shane Stewart trying to sneak around the outside. Stewart takes over third place. 18-year-old teenager out of Bixby, Oklahoma. And you don't know what's on the move all the way through the field. Here comes Jacobs. Greg DeCaris is the leader. Bob Weave running second. Shane Stewart in the 9 car down on the inside, trying to work up into that second spot. Danny Young in the 3 wide, trying to work his way up, trying to hold on to 4th place. Kenny Jacobs now running 5th. The winner of the big one over there paid $100,000. Shane Stewart now running in second as Jacobs tries to make that bubble transfer spot. The top 4 cars to the main event. This Karras way out in front. Danny Young. Danny Young takes over 3rd place. Bob Weave drops back to 4th. Jacobs is 5th. Max Dumsday running in a 6th spot. Way out in front, Greg DeCaris from California. Shane Stewart running 2nd. Danny Young now 3rd. Jacobs 4th. Bob Weave and Max Dumsday back in the 5th and 6th spot. Dumsday on the move, going into 5th. No. Danny Young on the inside takes over 2nd. Danny Young moves up into 2nd. Shane Stewart 3rd. Kenny Jacobs 4th. Max Dumsday now takes over 5th. Here comes a white flag. One lap remaining in the race for 3rd and 4th. Jacobs moves into 3rd down with